Hi, friends. Okay, so we are doing something very, very interesting. I was up at like 5:30 this morning. And I think part of the reason why I was up so early is just because I've been getting a lot more serious and a lot more intentional with my daily practices, especially my daily energy practices. And what I mean by this is that could be as simple as going outside for even all of 5 minutes, putting your feet on the ground, and just slowing down your breathing. Okay? For me, it's been a little bit of that. It's also been some intuitive stretching or somatic stretching, as they call it, where I lie on the ground and I close my eyes. I take 3 deep breaths and I just allow my body to move exactly how it wants to move, right? Because all of our bodies know exactly what they need and how to unwind themselves. We just have to allow ourselves to unwind, right? We have to allow ourselves to step out of our body, so to speak, when we're in that moment and just move and flow. So I've noticed since I've been doing that a lot more, coupled with breath work, one, my energy levels have increased significantly. I'm also a reader. I do Reiki. I'm a healer. I'm intuitive. I've been like connected my whole life. I shut myself down as a child because of demonic entities, but then I learned to like bring myself back online. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say is that the more intentional you are with your daily practices, even if it's just having a cup of coffee outside, wherever is nice for you, and just being present, that in itself is such a grounding thing for your body, especially right when you wake up. And they're saying the most potent time, because some of you that are tuned in are interested in manifestation, I'm hearing. The most potent time for manifestation is when you are in that in-between state. And why? Because when you're in that in-between state, you are more in the in-between flow of energy. But what I'm seeing is somebody like pierced in between 2 layers or 2 dimensions, right? So you go into that in-between bridge space, which links the physical and the non-physical. So if you get to, let's say, wake up, go outside and get into that just a quiet, present breath, like just breathe, just be still, really. Be still and surrender. And if you don't know what to do, just be like, oh, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to let go. I'm just going to surrender. And that works too, guys. There's no wrong way to do it, okay? First of all, no wrong way. So don't judge yourself on how you do it. But basically, the more you do that, the more intentional you are with that, the more you are able to manifest the things that you would like, because you are in that in-between state. Okay? So just fun facts for anybody who's tuned in and wants to know about that. But basically, I need to know if anybody yesterday was feeling very crazy energy-wise, because I had some very interesting things happen, and I want to talk about them, but I don't want to bring it up if we're not ready for that. Okay, so if you're ready for it, you can go ahead and please let me know. Otherwise, I'm thinking maybe we'll pull a card, and then maybe even that'll get brought up. But all right, so happy Friday, everybody. Hi, I'm Jennifer. Love you. I just wrote a book about my experiences as a child, being tuned in and dealing with demonic entities. But also, I grew up in a family that wasn't accustomed to what I was dealing with, right? So they didn't believe me, right? And I know that there are some people in this live, and even I'm going to repost this, but that have gone through experiences where nobody really believed them, right? Even though you tried to tell them what happened, it's like you got judged for it inappropriately. So if that happened to you, I love you, and allow yourself to understand that the only reason why you were judged in that way is because people will only meet you as far as they have met themselves and as deeply as they have met themselves. Therefore, people will only meet you based off where they're at conscious level wise, through their consciousness, right? But also based on where they're at with their level of projections that they have on other people. Okay, so that's very important to note. So if you did experience that as a child, please know it was not your fault. I'm getting full body chills. They did not understand, and I'm hearing forgive them, for they know not what they do, right? That's what Jesus was trying to teach. Like, forgive these people for judging you, for persecuting you, for putting you through the ringer, because they had no idea what you were going through, because they quite literally couldn't comprehend it. Okay? So I love you. And if that happened to you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'm here for you. I love you. Okay. So, shall we begin? Shall we begin? Oh, you're very, very welcome. Woo, I just got full body chills. Full body chills. So thank you for that love. That was powerful. All right, so let us begin. Would you like to use, yes? Okay. All right, so this, whatever comes from here, this will be the theme for the day, they're saying. Theme. That was so fast. That was so fast. Do you want another one? No, they're like, no. Okay. Okay, so the theme for the day is the Page of Swords. I wonder if I can, like, chill this up here. Can we go? Page. Oh, my God. Sorry. Hold on, please. What, please? Theme. Oh, look at him. So cute. So this is actually a beautiful theme, okay? So the page, when we see pages, we think of childhood innocence, okay? So, and with the swords is mental energy, okay? So the theme of the day is quite literally having a childlike mindset, which is honestly kind of fun, right? When's the last time we were able to have a childlike mindset? When's the last time you allowed yourself to have a childlike mindset? When is the last time you allowed yourself to look at the world and or your life through the lens of your inner child and given thanks and gratitude for how far you've come? That's a hard one. But you have to. Right? You have to allow yourself that, because when you allow yourself to appreciate how far you've come and how, even though how difficult it was, but look at you now. Let's really look at this point from your inner child and view it from a source and a space of wonder and awe. Okay? I want you to be so proud of yourself. Because you should be so proud of yourself. Look, we have the Six of Cups. That's exactly where my hand split the deck. And this Six of Cups represents things of the past, right? Us reminiscing into the past. But also God being like, hey, babes, how about today we view things from a childlike perspective? How can that and how would that change things in and around your life regarding how you view yourself, regarding how you're viewing your relationships with not only yourself but with other people, how you're viewing what you're approaching each day, okay? So that's very interesting. So this is the theme. Let's see what comes in. So we have 3. Wow. Keep going. Okay. Okay. So I get very excited when I read, probably because I'm like super empath, where I feel so much emotion, but it's a beautiful thing. And if you do feel a lot of emotion, ladies and gentlemen, it is a gift. Learn how to work with it. It is a super power. You are superhuman, okay? Start seeing yourself as that, first and foremost. All right, let us begin. So, yes, all right. This is quite literally lining up with what we were discussing. So we had the Knight of Wands come up with the Queen of Pentacles, with the Eight of Cups, with the Tower, okay? Underneath that, mirrored, we have the Six of Cups underneath the Knight of Wands. I'll show you guys. Sorry. It was like this, okay? So what this is telling me is that right? This is a messenger card. And the wands for me represent divine creation. Okay? So the divine creation is quite literally asking you, Six of Cups, to look into the past from this new level of perspective, from this new level of understanding, from this new level of wisdom, from this new level of awe and wonder. Okay? When you allow yourself to look at what has happened to you from this shifted perspective state, the theme, the Page of Swords, right? You then bring into balance, not only we have the Pentacle energy, but we also have the Swords energy. Look at this, Queen of Swords and Pentacles. So you start to balance the mental energy with the physical energy. And when we're looking at the Pentacle, what was interesting to me is one download that I received was the pentacle that's in her hand. Even though, yes, this does represent material, I want you to view that as your world, okay? So this is you lovingly, graciously, I'm hearing, holding and cradling your world, your inner world, and allowing yourself to have that shift of perspective to that of a childlike wonder. When you do these things, we have, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. The Moon card represents deep hidden emotions, deep hidden traumas, worries, fears, resentments, guilts, all the stuff, okay? That we don't really like to deal with, all that, okay? But the beautiful thing is, when we view and cradle our inner world from that perspective, we get to leave behind those beautiful, not I guess they are beautiful, right? Because they are a teaching tool and nothing is really ugly or not. So we get to leave behind those emotions to transmute them. Because look it. When you do the work, God's quite literally saying, look, babe, it starts with you, right? But when you allow yourself to now change your perspective, because changing your perspective means you're changing your judgments, which means you're changing the energy projected, right? Because judgments is sonic wave energy. The words that we speak create sonic waves throughout the universe. They just got a drop down notification. Ka-bum-bum, 2 times 2, okay? And then not only that, the emotions attached to those sonic wave projections then amplify what it is we are speaking, okay? All right, but they're saying, confirmation, when you allow yourself to view, I'm getting so excited. Hold on, I need to ground. When you allow yourself to view your beautiful world, your creation, right? And this pentacle is representing your internal world. When you allow yourself to view it now from this new frame of mind, from this childlike state of wonder, you create those tower moments to happen. And the tower moments that happened end up bringing you 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Okay? And also what's beautiful, 7 and 9, this to me is divine completion. Numbers have meanings. Okay? So it's quite literally, God's like, yes. When you do change your frame of mind, you start changing the foundations of which your world is built upon. And when you start changing the foundations of which your world is built upon, because you've changed your perceptions and you've changed your judgments on it, you then allow the energy to literally deconstruct and then reconstruct itself back to what your true soul desire is, not what our trauma, unhealthy, wounded attachment, ego mind is telling us. It's quite literally laid out perfectly. All right, so the theme for today, this fantastic Friday, is allowing ourselves to see your life, everything. This is you, gender neutral. This is the divine feminine in you, the nurturing aspect of you, because everybody can nurture. You don't have to be male I mean, you don't have to just be a female to be able to nurture, right? Men are nurturing also. So therefore, divine feminine lies in you also. Just like women, when they need to get work done, we put in the work. So we also have divine masculine energy in us. Like, it's not weird. So, okay? We need balance. We need balance so that there's just perfect flow. I don't know how else better to put this. When you are in balance, you are more receptive to infinite potential. Okay? Which is also why it's been such a challenge for you to get into this balance, and which is also why they've made it such a challenge for us to get into balance. Okay? Alright, so we're going to talk about numbers that could be significant, because these are the numbers that are coming out with these cards. So let us begin. I gotta just arrange it so I can see. My apologies. So we have 33, master number, Jesus, okay? Jesus could be highly significant to you. He is highly significant to me. It's my brother. It's your brother too. He loves you. He's welcoming you. Other numbers. We also have, wow, hold please. 9. So 66 could be significant to you. 44, 48, 83, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that in itself, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to actually see. So we have 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so basically you almost have every single number in this reading except for 1, 2, and 5. Okay, so what does this tell us? This is telling us, one, it depends on us to make this. It depends on us, one, right? We have to finally decide. 2 is a decision. We have to decide. 5 is transformation. So we are the ones that have to decide on this change. Once we decide on this change, God is like, I'll get you 3, I'll get you 4. You've decided 5, right? That's the change. We got 6 coming out, we got 7 coming out, we got 8 coming out, we got 9 coming out. All range of numbers. So what does that mean? If you have every single number, you're in full flow. You're in full completion. You're in full alignment. Numbers mean something. They're just ways for us to track how energy is flowing. Okay? And they also carry messages. So, wow. If you guys want more information on numbers, numerology, how numbers can be used, right? How you can utilize the numbers around you that you experience in reality to manifest what it is that you want. And my book offers some insight to that. My book also offers way deeper metaphysical insight to healing trauma, how trauma is stored within the body, because I'm also a massage therapist. And with my Reiki and massage therapy work, I've really learned a lot how the body will tell a person's story. I will know a person's story before they even open their mouth, just by me either allowing me to read them prior to a session, or just starting a massage. So, I love you all. Remember the theme for today. I cannot get this card up for some reason. Queen of Cups. Okay? So, I love you all. Make sure you allow yourself to remember the theme for today, whatever it is in your world, okay? Whether it's your emotional world, whether it's your mental world, whether it's the physical world around you, whether it's your spiritual world, your heart, right? Whatever it is today that comes through, or just you start thinking of, allow yourself to view it from this childlike wonder, from this childlike perspective, but also take a moment to take stock of how far you've come in that, and be so proud. Okay? I love you all so much. Thank you for hanging with me. This was so much fun. I might be on later, obviously, to do a reading, but now I need to ground, meditate, and get on with my day. All right, I love you. Bye.